Africa. It's our addiction. We just keep going back, and each time we find new places, people, birds, and animals to amaze us. The journey starts when we board our Delta red-eye flight in Seattle. We wake up looking down on the green fields and canals of Holland. We land at Amsterdam's Schiphol Airport. We have just enough time to find our KLM flight, and we're back in the air again. The Alps pass below us before we pull the shades and try to sleep. We're heading for Johannesburg, South Africa. It's night when we arrive. We've been upgraded to a suite for our one night in Joburg. In the morning, the adventure begins. We're flying to Lion Sands Camp, but the plane has another stop. Lion Sands Camp is in a private game reserve west of Kruger National Park. There are lots of interesting patterns and textures below. I think this is a tree farm. And this is the eastern end of the Drakensberg Escarpment. We're getting close. That's the Sabi River below. We land at the not quite finished Skukuza Airport. Mike, our guide, finds us and we head for camp. Looks like the right place. These camps are always amazing. They started out as rough game camps in the 1930s, but over time have become quite luxurious. It looks like they were expecting us. After lunch, we're off for the afternoon game drive. The Sabi Sand Reserves are known for the Big Five, and we run into our first one almost immediately. And then we find more rhinos. Good thing they're used to safari vehicles. These are white rhino, which are of course gray. The white's a mistranslation of the Afrikaans word for wide, referring to their wide mouths. Mike calls these hornbills flying bananas. There are a lot of impala around, a favorite food for the big cats. Just as the light's fading, we see number 2 of our Big Five. A female leopard is just waking up in the high grass. She'll be starting her hunt soon. But for now, she poses for us in the fading light. Then, bored with us, she walks off to hunt. Back at Lion Sands Camp, we enjoy dinner in the boma, with entertainment by the staff. We start the morning game drive with number 3 of our Big Five. The elephants turn away and go about their business of eating. There's much more here than the Big Five. This duiker is new to us. We've seen Waterbuck before, but not very often. There are lots of zebras. Kudus are curious. Giraffe are always fun to watch. These are the South African subspecies. Warthogs are fun too. Their tails go straight up when they run. There are lots of birds here too. Most are beautiful, like these Egyptian geese. Or one of my favorites, the lilac-breasted roller. This francolin is a new one for our list. Guinea fowl are common, but still fun to watch. Our game drive continues by the Sabi River. Some birds aren't so pretty. These vultures are finishing off a giraffe carcass. This marabou is waiting to see if the vultures leave anything. Then Mike spots them, a pack of African wild dogs. Seeing them was an objective of this trip. We've never seen this elusive and endangered species in all our Africa travels. They're only distantly related to domestic dogs. Then back to camp for lunch and some downtime. If you look close, you can see a lot of little creatures. And some of the big animals are home to the little ones. These big boys were the ones on the road this morning. They're bachelor males who just like to hang out together. Some of the animals are only relatively small. This monitor can get to 5 to 8 feet long. But most of them like to keep a low profile. We're at the Sand River, which along with the Sabi River gives the area its name, Sabi Sand. Mike's sharp eyes spot number 4 of the big 5, a small pride of lions sleeping off a big meal. The crocodiles and the hippos eye us warily. As we watch the sunset, Wolfgang gives us an assignment. Take some abstract pictures of the fading light on the grasses. Mike finds a chameleon on the way back to Lion Sands. We end a fine day with another fine dinner. We're out for the morning game drive before the morning mist has settled. Then what must be a regular occurrence, a flat tire. That gives us an opportunity to take some more pictures. The tire's changed in record time and we see giraffes. A bachelor herd of impala make for some great pictures, especially when they start sparring. Then there he is, number 5 of the big 5, the African buffalo. Mike says we're going to the river and walk with the hippos. We're not quite sure what that means. We know he's serious when he gets out his rifle and heads for the water. And here come the hippos. It's a great place for pictures. They may be sausages with legs, but they're considered one of the most dangerous animals in Africa. They spend most of the day in water and then graze on land at night. We say goodbye to the hippos and it's back to the camp for lunch. But the road back to the camp is blocked with a rhino roadblock. It's the same 2 big boys we've seen before. A bushbuck points us to an alternate route. After lunch, we explore the camp a little more and find this leopard orchid. It's time for the afternoon game drive, but the road's still blocked by one of the big boys. But Mike finds a way around and we find giraffes and Nyala. Then back to the river to see what we can find there. Mike points out some unusual rock formations. And more antelope, this time Kudu. And another duiker. And we're always looking for birds, like this striped kingfisher. This pied kingfisher has a catch. And so does this hammerkoff. This must be a good fishing hole. It's starting to get dark, and we're thinking about sundowners, and then we see this rhino. The first rule of game drives is to stay in the car no matter what. And the second is animals always have the right of way. We get our sundowners watching the elephants along the riverbank. Then back to Lion Sands for another great dinner in the boma. It's our last morning. and we're out on a game drive, and the big boys are there to see us off. The giraffe leads the way. Joe, our tracker, finds more rhino. But this is special. The baby is only months old, and already it has attitude, charging us. The calf is very curious about us, and Mom is watching warily. We spend the better part of an hour watching the two and their interactions. Drongos hang around the rhinos, eating insects that they stir up. We asked Mike to find us some more interesting birds. What could be more appropriate for our last game drive but a pair of lions at Lion Sands? We know our stay has ended when Mike delivers us back to Skakusa Airport. We're retracing our route and flying back to Joburg.